You are taught how airplanes work, but you don't know how you work. Do you know how your mind works? You don't know that, right? You're taught history. Are you historical? Because you are reading science. You are not science. You're doing technology. You are not technology. Shouldn't you know about yourself first? And that's what the formal education system lacks in education of the self. And because the formal education system does not provide that, hence, you require both these things. Knowledge of how the world functions, how politics functions, how economics functions, what's there in your constitution. Yes, you must know that. You must know why, for example, the lizard doesn't drop off from the wall. You must know that, yes. But you must also know why you feel like showing off, why you feel disappointed when somebody doesn't praise you. Yes.
Hi, sir. I would like to relate my question, which I have experienced from like my childhood, that our teacher, our parents wants our prime focus on the academics. Like we are taught that like scoring good in the subjects like maths, physics, and other subjects is like a part to the success, and reading the non-academic books is just a way to kill the time. So my question is not to choose one over the other, but to understand the philosophical relation between these two. Like, why should someone study the topics which are not related to the like academic? Why should someone study the philosophy? Like, to follow up with my question, I would like to highlight a quote which I came across while reading your book. It's like the defining characteristic of the real education is that it liberates you from within. So, what the real education means? What do you mean by liberating you from within?
Why should one study philosophy?
Yeah.
This in itself is a philosophical question.
Yes.
This is why you should study philosophy, because you already have this question. Philosophy is your affection for the truth. You're leaning towards the truth. That's the etymology. Your regard or your love for the truth. That is called philosophy. That's where the word philosophy comes from. Don't you want to know the truth? How many of you are happy with lies? How many of you are happy with lies? By the way, the cover page there reads, "For those tired of sweet lies." How many of you are happy with lies? Nobody, right? Right. So it is this love for truth that we all innately have. That's called philosophy. Philosophy is not about frameworks and systems and thick books. Philosophy is this basic question: why should I carry such friends? You want to know the truth, right? Is this fellow even a friend? This is a philosophical question in the broadest sense. What should I do after my BTech? Again, broadly speaking, this question belongs to philosophy. Philosophy is not just about Marx and Kant and Schopenhauer, no. Getting it? And that's the reason your parents very wisely advised you to read stuff beyond your school or college curricula. I wish we had more parents advising the same thing to their kids. Because education as we have it today tells you of a lot of all these things and does a very good job at telling you of all these things. The bridge, the ocean, the space, the car, the computer. Yes, we have done well there. But there is no subject No course called I or self, or is there one? It wasn't offered to me, at least. Is your institution offering one? It should. All institutions, not just colleges, even schools, should have a course, Self 101. Because you are reading science. You are not science. You're doing technology. You are not technology. Shouldn't you know about yourself first? You're taught history. Are you historical? You know of what happened in the past, but you don't know who you are. How wise is that? Right? You are taught how airplanes work, but you don't know how you work. Do you know how your mind works? You don't know that, right? If I ask you, why do you desire for such a thing? You won't be able to tell, because you don't know your inner mechanics. And that's what the formal education system lacks in. Education of the self. And because the formal education system does not provide that, hence, that has to be done at home, in an informal way, or the student has to be curious enough to take it up on her own. I did that. Use the internet. Now you have AI. Use AI. Be self-educated. You require both these things. Knowledge of how the world functions, how politics functions, how economics functions. Right? What's there in your constitution? Yes, you must know that. You must know why, for example, the lizard doesn't drop off from the wall. You must know that, yes. But you must also know why you feel like showing off. Why you feel disappointed when somebody doesn't praise you. You must also know these things. These are very important questions, are they not? Are you not important? If you are important, then education of the self is important. Getting it? And if you don't have education of the self, then you will be a very educated person when it comes to all this, but very, very illiterate within. And what happens when an illiterate one gets to wield a lot of technology and a lot of power? What happens? If you are uneducated within, if you don't know what darkness pervades your insides, but you have a lot of power, economic power, technological power, military power, all those things you have, then you just finish off the earth itself as we are doing today. The horrible specter of climate change and nuclear conflict. We have great technology out there and great darkness in here. And this darkness is commanding that technology, that power, that everything. Just download the Acharya Prashant app, and there you go to the community section, and you have live testimonials streaming in at the rate of 1 every 5 minutes. I'm seeing lives change in thousands, if not millions, every day in front of my own eyes. We are doing it.
Right.
We have actually done it.
Join the community of more than 2 lakh participants on the Acharya Prashant app. Your first month is completely free. You'll get full access to Geeta Mission. On the app, you will get regular live sessions, daily exclusive conversations with Acharya Prashant, access to the vibrant Geeta community, wisdom exams, curated news, audiobooks, quotes, and much more. Search Acharya Prashant on Google Play Store or Apple App Store and download now.